Hello and welcome. I am Marta, and on this channel we delve into the art of emotional regulation, meditation, mental discipline, self-love and self-observation, or as I like to call it, human one-on-one, a foundation often overlooked in our emotional education, yet really crucial to all we do, what we are, and what we accept in life. Today, I wanted to start a conversation about feminine energy and its role in emotional regulation. Topic of feminine energy fascinates me because it has had a profound influence on me personally, especially as someone with a very tomboyish and masculine energy background. Before I trigger some people by referring to this as feminine and masculine energies, let's clarify what they are and why I focus on them so much when it comes to my personal practice. And it has nothing to do with the way we look, the way we carry ourselves, or how we dress, or even femininity itself. Originating from ancient Chinese philosophy, yin and yang represent dual forces that are fundamental to the universe. Yin symbolizes the receptive, nurturing, and feminine energy associated with darkness, passivity, receiving, and intuition. It's represented by negative charge, color black, shade, night, the moon, water. It is indirect, rounded, mysterious, soft, flexible, inactive, still, calm, and slow. Yang, on the other hand, represents the active, assertive, and the masculine energy, linked to brightness, activity, giving, and logic. It is represented by positive charge, color white, light, day, the sun, fire. It is vibrant, very obvious, direct, straight, hard, solid, active, in motion, energetic, and lively. This concept emphasizes the balance and interdependence of these opposite energies, illustrating that they are not conflicting, but complementary. It signifies the harmony found in the coexistence and interaction of contrasting forces in the universe, nature, and also within ourselves, promoting the idea that balance between feminine and masculine energies leads to a holistic well-being and deeper understanding of ourselves. When I mention feminine energy in men or masculine energy in women, people often become very defensive. So let me emphasize that these energies aren't related to biological gender or stereotypes at all. If you want, you can call them yin and yang instead, as it carries then less kind of emotional load. There is no feminine versus masculine energy. There's no way to judge one as better than the other, even though we live in a world where masculine energy traits are seen as superior and feminine energy traits are viewed as lazy and not productive. Ouch. How did we get here? Rather, it's about how they can work together and complete each other, functioning interdependently. And I want to bring at least a bit more understanding to the fact that we need both in this world and one is not better than the other. Likewise, as distinct polarities, masculine and feminine energies naturally attract each other. So if you're a woman with a strong masculine energy presence within, you might take a lot of initiative and make many decisions by yourself. And since a car cannot have two drivers, you're likely to attract a man who taps more into his feminine energy or unhealed masculine energy, which is a different topic altogether. And it's not a bad thing as long as it works for both partners, so no judgment here. And it's not said that as a woman you should be more in your feminine energy. If the opposite feels good to you and more authentic and peaceful, then just go for it. However, if such dynamic leads to stress and feeling like everything is on your shoulders and you always have to be the decisive one, be authentic with yourself as well and admit that this dynamic doesn't necessarily work for you. You can change by patiently and gradually shifting yourself, your energy, into a more passive and feminine one, creating space for your guy to step in and tap into his divine masculine energy. But this is also a topic for another video entirely. And if you're a man who complains about your partner being hard and not letting you lead, then maybe it's time to examine the relationship dynamic that you are creating as well. And as I always say, it starts with me. So try to do that. And on this channel, we focus on a female point of view. So I'll continue with a woman-specific approach. I believe that too much masculine energy disrupts women's emotional well-being, leading to disrupted physical well-being. And often it manifests as hormonal issues, for example, and conditions of that sort. Disease is dis-ease, a state of being that involves heightened stress and dwelling in survival mode. And what happens to a woman who is forced to live in survival mode? And how does she even get there? She has to man up and embody masculine energy traits if there is nobody to lean on, nobody who will say, I got you. She has to be the person like that for herself. And I'm sure that many of us have been there, and it wasn't bad for a while. I personally felt empowered and happy that I live in times where I can be independent and do things on my own, not just go from my father's house to my husband's house without having much say in the matter. The epidemic of masculine energy women we face today, and with this, of course, comes the epidemic of feminine energy men as well, is the direct result of the privilege of living independently on our own on this scale for the very first time in human history. That's kind of big. And if a woman spends a long time in such a mode, there are two paths that she can choose. The first one is becoming this hyper masculine energy woman and very protective over herself, leading to relationships with feminine energy men where she remains in control. Or the second path is admitting that she feels really exhausted from making all the decisions herself and then seeking a masculine energy man to alleviate and outsource her worries. And here's a kicker. She may not even know why is she intuitively doing that and why she's so attracted to a masculine energy man. But the truth is that only a masculine energy force can extract the divine feminine in a woman, whether we like it or not. Only a man in his healed masculine energy can initiate this journey in a woman by creating enough safe confinement for her to relax, feel safe, and be taken care of for a while, maybe for the first time in her life ever. Now, I'm not saying that a woman cannot be relaxed by herself or create a good safe space for herself, a beautiful life without a man around. Of course she can. I'm saying she cannot fully initiate tapping into her divine feminine without a strong masculine energy figure in her life. It can be her father, brother, a partner, or even another woman who is deeply in her masculine energy. I am also not suggesting that a woman should search for a man to do this work for her and take advantage of him. Not at all. Let's not forget that a relationship is a beautiful art of giving and receiving. This dynamic works for both partners, actually. A man thrives in his masculine energy, feeling like a provider who can give a woman something she cannot get herself. He feels believed in and trustworthy, which fuels him further to provide more happy moments, fueled by the love for his partner and her appreciation for what he does for her and their family. A man's affection is shown through his effort, which directly influence a woman's emotional well-being because women are multipliers. You give her love and peace, and you will harvest the same tenfold. But it also works with the negative stuff as well. A woman thrives in her feminine energy, becoming more creative, peaceful, and cared for. Her peace is reflected in the feeling of safety and trust for her partner. And the more peace she has, the more she can mirror this onto her partner, who benefits greatly when she becomes his safe haven. When this initiation is achieved, the divine feminine within a woman is awakened. Regardless of the duration of that relationship, she receives a new perspective altogether. She was provided for and taken care of by a masculine energy figure, probably for the first time in her life. It felt a little bit uncomfortable because it's very difficult to receive for such a woman, but overall it was good. And she will want more of this. And from that moment, she will be able to heal her feminine energy on her own. And because for women with a past like mine, receiving is hard and traumas are deeply rooted and usually not addressed on time, such a relationship won't last, but it will set a precedent for a new relationship dynamic she will seek from now on. Now for the emotional regulation. Is there really emotional regulation without feminine energy? I don't think it's complete. I don't think it exists. When you embrace stillness, surrender to the present moment, tune into the sensations of breathing that it causes in your body and experience with all your senses, you are embodying your divine feminine. You embrace trust in the process of your life, knowing you're always provided for by the universe, feeling love coming from within and without, understanding that all there is this present moment and nothing else. Your anxiety and fears naturally dissolve. And isn't this exactly what emotional regulation is? Instead of dwelling on intrusive thoughts, we go back to our breath, seeking the present moment that only our body can provide for us by grounding us through sensations. When we start observing what is going on within you, realizing that this awareness of the present moment is always there and is your true nature. What you feel or think right now does not define you and isn't the true you, because you are the one observing it. Emotional regulation is very simple in theory. Ground yourself to the present moment and don't dwell on intrusive thoughts. Simply observe them without judgment. And this is exactly what feminine energy introduces to our lives. So there is no emotional regulation without feminine energy. So how should we approach this? Embody more feminine energy traits. Start with very small additions in your everyday life. Taste your food and notice its textures, for example. Breathe deeply and notice the sensations in your body, how the air travels through it. Implement meditation practice if you haven't already. Start with just 5 minutes a day and then gradually increase it. Feel also how your clothes feel on your body and the water under the shower when you take the shower. Try to feel more with your body, whatever it is what you do. Before you make a decision or respond to a trigger, ask yourself how it feels in your body and where. Remind yourself during the day that it's okay to worry, but you trust in your process and fully surrender to it, becoming passive. Make more decisions based on how they feel rather than logic. Embrace that state of flow. Listen to your intuition, because the more you do, the stronger it gets. So trust yourself enough to do this. Dance in your room to get close with your body, feel the sensuality of it and let it absorb you for a while. Move your body for the sake of movement and feeling good, not for performance, by dancing, doing yoga, pilates, tai chi, swimming, taking nature walks, ballet, gymnastics, or anything other that will bring you joy. And above all, be authentic with yourself and never fear anything that you feel or go through. Don't be scared of what may come up, because it is all you and there is nothing to be scared of. I hope that this video helped you. Please leave a comment if you agree or disagree with anything I said in this video. You are brave, you are loved. Be kind to yourself. Bye now.